Hi, this is Cora Stack here, Dr. Cora Stack. I want to talk about AI integrity and my ideas, and I'll give you the reason for this because I think it's important. And um, I want to speak openly about something that happened at a presidential nomination meeting yesterday. One candidate used to, as I see it, attack me for using AI tools. He spoke at length, trying to diminish my work and contributions. Yet, after when I spoke later with the other candidates, almost all of them admitted they used AI too. Let's be clear, I only began exploring AI a few months ago. I use it as a tool, never as a substitute for my own thought, creativity, or scholarship. And unlike many others, I'm transparent. In the papers I submit to journals, I clearly state edited with AI tools. For me, integrity matters. Now I know people have made applications to, for big grants in Ireland, and they've got the grants, and they haven't stated that they have used AI tools, as I understand it. So I always stated in applications for grants that I've used it. So I received the Ramanujan Memorial Award for Excellence in Academia this year, Global Award, long before I ever had any encounter with AI. That award and every recognition I've received was earned for my leadership, my scholarship, and my contribution to public life. And this person chose just to pick one thing, to knock me. Like he really was, a narcissist, in my opinion. The truth is, almost everyone now is using AI. The real question is not whether we use it, but how we use it. That's the question, and I've raised this in previous videos about the ethical use of AI, and universities are all facing this challenge because there's a huge amount of students, perhaps not in mathematics so much, but in all the other areas that are using it, and they're getting ahead of other people, in essays and things like that, and they're not saying they're using AI tools. So they're they're not even their own ideas. There is a huge issue here. But certainly, it is a very useful tool for editing and for structuring, and everybody would say that. So the challenge for leaders today is to use AI ethically, responsibility, and transparency. There's no going back. Absolutely no going back to except for example in written exams and online. So that's fair enough. I agree with written exams and things like that. Especially in mathematics. I've spoken before both about the opportunities and the threats AI brings once I sort of started using it. So once you put your ideas in the platform, they're no longer fully yours. So your ideas are shared. That's what they get out of it. So that's why a lot of people won't touch it. They can be shared, circulated, and reused by other people. This raises questions about ownership and integrity. So I would have an issue that a lot of my ideas now are I had very good ideas, very bright ideas, and they're not being used by other people, and there's ownership and integrity and copyright issues here. So I mean, I think this fellow, diminished, sought to knock me and diminish me in a huge and unfair way. You know what he was doing? He did, yeah. That's very highly narcissistic, allegedly. So I also want to say this. I am extremely concerned that I may be under surveillance. This is frightening and deeply intimidating. On my computer, I've seen evidence of several devices accessing it, devices I no longer own or control. I also suspect there may be phone surveillance. It is really scary, and raises important questions about privacy, safety, and trust in the digital age. Who would be trying to find information to do surveillance on me? And certainly, this is an issue. I've raised it, and it has occurred. I certainly have had, one admission almost of surveillance, but it's more than one because it definitely is more than one. Take my journal, take my paper, Justice Denied, Freedom Denied. It's attracting strong national and international attention on my other published papers where the originality, the themes, the vision, all of that is mine. AI can help with editing or clarity, just as Dr. Price's AI summaries highlight the real value of ideas, but the core intellectual contribution that comes from me, and no tool can replace lived experience, courage, or integrity. closing. So let's move beyond this distraction. AI is here. The real leaders will be those who set the example, use it ethically, responsibly, and transparently. This is the standard I hold myself to, and it's the standard I believe society deserves. So this person was trying to knock me down, and of course, with 5 minutes to speak, I only barely got time to speak, which I feel is coercion, and I actually spoke out against coercion as something I would speak out again as part of the, if I was elected president, not realising that perhaps the 5 minutes itself and the nomination process and everything else was all part of a coercive strategy to ensure that certain people, key people in that race, could not possibly achieve nomination. And that one person, you can decide who that might be.